In 1968, during the height of the Cold War, a Soviet submarine mysteriously disappeared in the Pacific Ocean. What unfolded afterward became one of the most secretive and daring events of that era, involving international intrigue and cutting-edge technology. Number 1. The mysterious sinking of K-129. The sinking of K-129 in 1968 remains a perplexing Cold War mystery. The submarine was a Gulf II-class ballistic missile sub carrying 3 nuclear missiles when it disappeared. Multiple theories suggest different causes for its sinking. One widely considered hypothesis points to a hydrogen explosion in the battery compartment while the submarine was snorkeling to recharge. Hydrogen buildup due to interrupted ventilation could have caused a series of powerful explosions. This theory is supported by acoustic data, which registered 3 distinct implosion-like sounds. Another theory posits a possible collision with the USS Swordfish, though this has been largely dismissed due to lack of physical evidence on the wreck. Intriguingly, the submarine was operating with a larger-than-usual crew, including officers unfamiliar with submarine operations, raising speculation about a potential secret mission. Furthermore, K-129 was submerged near the International Dateline, an unusual location that has led to questions about the mission's true purpose. Despite extensive recovery operations and analysis, much about the K-129 incident remains classified, adding to the enduring mystery. Number 2. Unusual signals and the start of a secret operation. After K-129's last communication, U.S. intelligence agencies closely monitored underwater acoustic data for clues about its fate. The SOSUS Sound Surveillance System network detected a series of irregular and unusually powerful sound signatures emanating from the submarine's location. These signals deviated significantly from standard submarine noises, suggesting a massive internal failure or an intentional act. Analysts identified a distinct pattern of 3 explosive sounds occurring within a short time frame, indicating a possible chain reaction of catastrophic events on board. Concurrently, intercepted Soviet communications hinted at a heightened state of secrecy surrounding K-129's mission, raising suspicions of a covert operation beyond typical patrol duties. The combination of these anomalous acoustic signals and the cryptic nature of Soviet orders led U.S. intelligence to believe that K-129 might have been involved in a top-secret assignment, possibly related to advanced missile deployment or clandestine reconnaissance. This belief was further reinforced by the detection of unusual electronic transmissions shortly before the submarine's disappearance, which did not match any known Soviet communication protocols. The urgency and mystery surrounding these signals prompted the CIA to initiate Project Azorian, a highly classified effort to locate and salvage the sunken submarine. The operation aimed not only to recover valuable intelligence and technology, but also to uncover the true nature of K-129's final mission, which remained shrouded in secrecy. Number 3. Project Azorian, the CIA's audacious plan. Project Azorian, initiated by the CIA in 1968, was one of the most audacious Cold War operations, involving the recovery of the sunken Soviet submarine K-129. The submarine, lost with nuclear missiles and cryptographic technology, presented a critical intelligence opportunity for the U.S. This covert mission aimed to retrieve vital Soviet military assets from the ocean floor, 16,500 feet below the surface. To maintain secrecy, the CIA created an elaborate cover story. Billionaire Howard Hughes lent his name and resources to the mission under the guise of developing a deep-sea mining ship, the Hughes Glomar Explorer. Officially, the vessel was designed to harvest manganese nodules from the ocean floor, but in reality, its purpose was to recover the wreckage of K-129 using a specially designed capture vehicle known as Clementine. The operation faced immense technical challenges, as no mission had ever attempted to recover such a large object from such depths. After years of preparation, the Glomar Explorer finally reached the wreck site in 1974. While a portion of the submarine was successfully lifted, a significant section, containing key intelligence, broke away and sank back to the ocean floor. Despite this setback, the operation yielded valuable insights into Soviet naval capabilities and nuclear technology. Ultimately, Project Azorian remains a testament to the CIA's willingness to take bold, expensive risks during the Cold War, pushing the limits of deep-sea engineering and intelligence gathering. Number 4. Building the Glomar Explorer, a feat of engineering. The Glomar Explorer was an engineering marvel designed specifically for the covert recovery of the Soviet submarine K-129. The vessel, built by Global Marine Development Inc., stretched over 618 feet in length and weighed approximately 63,000 tons. Its most unique feature was the moon pool, a large watertight chamber in the center of the ship that allowed for underwater operations to be concealed from view. This innovation made it possible to raise large objects, such as the sunken submarine, without revealing the true nature of the mission. The engineering challenge was immense, as no ship at the time had ever been designed for such a deep-sea recovery mission. The Glomar Explorer was fitted with dynamic positioning systems that allowed it to remain stable and directly above the wreck, despite the harsh ocean conditions. This precision was necessary for the operation of the capture vehicle, a massive claw designed to grasp the submarine at depths exceeding 16,000 feet. The ship's construction was shrouded in secrecy, with the CIA collaborating with billionaire Howard Hughes to maintain the facade of a deep-sea mining operation. Building such a vessel required extensive resources and technical expertise, making it one of the most ambitious projects of its time. The final cost exceeded $350 million, reflecting the groundbreaking technologies and massive scale involved. Number 5. The recovery attempt, success, and failure. As the Glomar Explorer began its recovery attempt of the K-129 submarine, the mission's technical complexity quickly became apparent. Lowering the 5,000-meter-long pipe and the claw, known as Clementine, into the ocean was a feat of precision engineering. The claw had been designed to withstand extreme pressures, but the ocean's depth and the weight of the submarine created significant risks. The lift operation took over a week, as the claw carefully ascended toward the surface with the wreckage. The goal was to recover critical Soviet technology, including nuclear weapons and cryptographic materials. However, as the submarine neared the surface, the enormous pressure caused part of the submarine to break off, sending the most important section, including the codebooks and missile components, plummeting back into the ocean. What was recovered was only the forward portion of the submarine, measuring roughly 38 feet in length. This setback was disappointing for the CIA, as the most valuable parts of the submarine, including the missile section, were lost. Nonetheless, the portion that was recovered still contained valuable insights. This included 2 nuclear torpedoes, sections of the submarine's hull, and the remains of 6 Soviet sailors. These discoveries provided some information about Soviet submarine design and military technology, although the full extent of what was recovered remains classified to this day. One particularly fascinating aspect of the recovery was the meticulous handling of the wreckage once it reached the surface. The CIA set up a makeshift forensic lab aboard the Glomar Explorer, where items from the submarine were carefully cleaned, documented, and photographed. The remains of the Soviet sailors were treated with respect, and a burial at sea was performed. The CIA filmed the ceremony, which would later be presented to the Russian government as a gesture of goodwill. Despite the partial failure, the recovery operation remains one of the most significant and secretive intelligence missions of the Cold War. It demonstrated the technical capabilities of deep-sea salvage and highlighted the extreme lengths to which the U.S. was willing to go to secure critical intelligence. Number 6. The fallout, media exposure, and the Glomar response. The fallout from Project Azorian began when the CIA's secret operation was exposed to the public in 1975. Although the project had been carefully hidden behind an elaborate cover story of deep-sea mining, journalists uncovered the truth. The turning point came when thieves stole documents linking Howard Hughes, the Glomar Explorer, and the CIA, sparking media rumors. By February 1975, the Los Angeles Times published the first article about the covert mission, and by March, journalist Jack Anderson broke the full story on national television. Faced with mounting media pressure, the U.S. government was forced to respond. However, the CIA took an unprecedented approach by issuing what became known as the Glomar response, stating they could neither confirm nor deny the existence of the project. This phrase would later become a widely used tactic for handling sensitive inquiries. Despite their attempts to manage the situation, the exposure of Project Azorian had already sparked widespread controversy. The leak led to fierce debates about government transparency and national security. Some officials argued that revealing such covert operations endangered American lives and interests, while others contended that the public had a right to know about major government activities, even classified ones. This incident became a case study in the balance between press freedom and the protection of state secrets, influencing how future covert operations were handled and how the press navigated national security reporting. In addition to the media storm, the exposure of Project Azorian disrupted CIA plans to continue the recovery effort. Soviet ships began monitoring the wreck site, and with the cover blown, any further attempts were abandoned. Although the mission was not fully successful, the revelations underscored the immense political and operational risks of such large-scale covert operations during the Cold War. Number 7. Legacy of Project Azorian. Project Azorian's legacy is multifaceted, leaving a lasting impact on intelligence operations, engineering advancements, and the delicate balance between government secrecy and public disclosure. Despite its partial failure, the project is still considered one of the most ambitious and technically challenging covert missions ever attempted by the CIA. Its legacy is most evident in the advanced engineering solutions it pioneered, including deep-sea recovery technology and precision positioning systems that are still influencing underwater operations today. One of the defining aspects of Project Azorian's legacy was the secrecy surrounding the operation. The success of keeping such a large-scale, complex project hidden for years underscored the CIA's ability to execute covert missions in extreme conditions. However, the eventual exposure of the project by the media in 1975 had profound implications for government transparency and intelligence operations. The Glomar response, coined during the aftermath of the media leak, became a standard phrase in government discourse when dealing with classified information, and its use has since extended far beyond this operation. From a technological perspective, the deep-sea engineering breakthroughs achieved during Project Azorian continue to influence underwater salvage, mining, and military operations. The development of the Glomar Explorer and its dynamic positioning system, which allowed it to remain stable above the wreck for weeks, marked significant advancements in marine technology. The capture vehicle, or claw, designed to lift the submarine from a depth of 16,000 feet, pushed the boundaries of material science and heavy lift engineering. On the intelligence side, while much of the operation's outcome remains classified, it is believed that the CIA gained some insights into Soviet submarine technology and military capabilities, even though the most valuable parts of the K-129 submarine were lost during the recovery. This operation demonstrated the lengths to which intelligence agencies were willing to go during the Cold War to secure a strategic advantage. Project Azorian also had a ripple effect on future intelligence projects, prompting tighter security measures and changing the way large-scale covert operations were handled. It highlighted the risks of exposure and the need for meticulous planning in managing both technical challenges and operational secrecy. The project's influence on media relations, especially regarding the balance between press freedom and national security, remains a relevant discussion in intelligence circles today.